am Pluto. Never forget. Never forget.
Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a while since we had the last installment of the Rufus Rundown, but we have done some different things now in this return episode. It's not going to be a full episode. I'm just getting this out before Game 5. My predictions have been out there on Twitter for quite a bit, and Celtics fans are very unhappy. But anyways, let's go with the show. The flip, the reverse. There we go, the point. There, call in. Leave me a message at 508-216-0858. I want to hear what your takes are, and I will react to them on the shows. I'll be recording tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That's when I'm recording. So if your call is not in by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, not going to be able to respond to it. We're going to have to go until the next one. So consistently back on that Tuesday schedule. The hopes, either Monday night or Tuesday mornings, to get these recordings out, get these done, and out to you guys. So, actually, I don't know if I'm actually able to do 10 a.m. It might be tonight. Get them in by tonight. Get them in by tonight before the game. Hopefully after the game. I'm going to be up pretty early. So, post-game. Give me your post-game thoughts on the call-ins. That's the goal of this one. But I'll be able to respond to some of these right now. And, we'll go from there. But, I feel like this kind of separates me from other up-and-coming podcasts because, people want to interact. People want to hear themselves talk. Not just, in, the mean sense, but people do want to be heard on the show. I want to hear from people more than just in the comments, and it drives that, interaction. It drives the viewership. It drives the listenership. So, it'll be, this brief announcement. We will be accepting calls. You can text, too. So I'll have to edit this, say call in or text. I can read text too. There's a text line. If you don't really want to go out there and talk and have your voice heard, you can text as well. But we have a couple of calls to go through today already. 4 to be exact, that I will be reacting to on here. So first call of this experiment here on the Rufus Rundown. We're going to let it rip. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, bro? Not exactly a take on the series as a whole, but I think for any listeners that like to bet, I would take Steph Curry over. It's hitting all 4 games so far. It's probably going to hit in the next 3 if it goes 7, especially 2 of those games in Golden State. Still, as a Celtics fan, you can still root for the Celtics, but that's going to hit regardless, so might as well throw some money on it. That's it. Thanks.
I could not agree more. And this one, my prediction coming to the series was that it would be Golden State in 6, and that Steph Curry would be the MVP. And in being that MVP, obviously going to do some scoring. This guy is probably the best scorer I've personally ever watched. When I called into 98.5 the other day, I kind of talked about it. This is a guy that I am excited to have. One day my kid asked me, who was Steph Curry? Do you remember Steph Curry? All due respect to LeBron James, in terms of who I've personally watched, this is the best basketball player I have ever seen. I'm not going to say he's better than LeBron, but just watching, in terms of my pure enjoyment of watching him play basketball, Steph Curry is out of this world. He just, words cannot describe how good this guy is. And I think the Celtics have really outplayed Golden State outside of that one game. Obviously Golden State, but Boston has purely looked the better team in 3 of the 4 games played thus far. And they looked like the better team for 45 minutes the other night. And not even the Warriors, but Steph Curry himself literally ripped the soul out of the Garden, out of Celtics fans, and out of the Celtics themselves. Did he get some help from guys in the Celtics not showing up, not playing well in crunch time? Yeah, I think that plays into it. But I also think that there's an effect of what Steph Curry does in terms of how good he is late in those games, some of those shots that he hit, that have really propelled the Warriors forward in this series to what I think, again, I'm taking Warriors in 6. I'm sticking with that prediction. But totally agree with the caller there. Steph Curry over, he's been over 30 points in 3 of the games and then had 43 in the 4th game. The Celtics seem like they're almost content and happy to give him 30. It's when he gets into that 40-plus range that now we can't win those games with Steph doing that no matter how hard we try. So, yes, Steph Curry, definitely a safe over bet there. I think that, again, you can still root for the Celtics and take a bet on Steph Curry over because he's going to get either way. So you can either be miserable with Steph Curry getting the over and not make money off it, or you can enjoy your team's success if it is to come in this series and still make money off of Steph Curry getting the over. So I totally agree with the caller there. Thank you for the call. So we're going to move on to the next call here.
Yeah, so this is KC. I think the C's take it tonight. I think they've shown their resiliency all throughout the postseason. They've not lost back-to-back games since January 27th, and I think it happens again tonight. Tatum has an all-timer, drops 42, brings the C's to the 6th game, and clinches it, baby. C's in 6.
A lot to unpack there. Casey, thanks for the call. A lot to unpack there. Now, the Celtics, again, that is a true statistic. I'm not going to argue with fact. The Boston Celtics have not lost back-to-backs. January 27th, I didn't know there was an actual date. That's impressive. The postseason has been the big one, obviously. We've drawn the line in the postseason. They haven't lost back-to-backs this postseason. You know who also, a team in the NBA playoffs this year that hasn't lost a back-to-back game, hasn't lost back-to-back games, is the Golden State Warriors. They have yet to lose back-to-back games this postseason as well. That they have not gone 7 games. But again, they have yet to lose back-to-back games this postseason. So somewhere along the line, something is going to have to give for either of these teams. That's going to give way for either of these teams. Golden State at home tonight. I like Golden State at home tonight. -4. I like them -4. I like them cover the spread just because of free throws and everything at the end as well. Again, Golden State in 6, my prediction. I can see Golden State in 7. If anything, Boston in 6 if Boston was to take it, if they take it tonight. But as the series has gone, I talked at length with it with a buddy today, a first caller, Christian. He saw it as the Celtics very well could win tonight and not lose back-to-back yet, and then lose Game 6 in Boston because they have not played well at home and in high-pressure situations. And then the Warriors with championship pedigree and Steph Curry and anything goes in Game 7. I think they have the true superstar of this series because there's a difference between superstar and star in this series. I think that the Warriors would take it in 7. Again, I'm sticking with Warriors in 6. I hope that I am wrong. I'm sure a lot of people anticipate me to be wrong, but I don't think I will be. I like the damn, almost a Freudian slip there. If I had said Celtics in 6, Jesus, I would have been strung up by my limbs by green teamers. But no, I like the Warriors in 6. I don't see Tatum having a performance like that. We haven't seen that side of him since Milwaukee. But again, like I said, if there is a scenario where the Celtics do take this series, I don't see the Celtics taking in 7. I would see the Celtics taking in 6 because they can close it out at home if they win tonight. I definitely see that as a possibility. But if they don't do that, it is Warriors in 7. But again, I'm sticking with Warriors in 6. But again, I don't see Tatum being that guy. I just need more efficiency from him, less turnovers. I don't think he's a true superstar. The Celtics need to stop icing Jaylen Brown out of games late. He plays very well off the bat, and then they kind of ice him out of the game late and kind of forget all of their offense that works so well that they put together in the half court with the matchups. And they kind of seems like they panic. They get a little TSS, a little tight sphincter syndrome there. They do tighten up a little bit in these moments. And as much as I think, Al Horford is a veteran in the voice, Ime Udoka is a great voice to have in that locker room, and they respect him greatly. Marcus Smart has a voice, and I think they are leaders quarters 1 through 3. But when you get to the fourth quarter, it is a lead by example. The Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, they took charge not only with the words, they didn't even have to really say a lot, but they took charge in the way that they played the game late in those games. And I don't think the Celtics have a true guy to do that, which is why, again, I like Golden State in this series. Jason Tatum comes out for 42, they better win that game. If there's a game where Jason Tatum in this finals decides to show up and put out an all-time performance that makes people remember him forever in Boston, it is in Golden State. You damn well better win that game and come home and win it in 6. If that happens the way it is, I think that is the way that it has to happen. I don't believe that entirely, but it certainly would create that situation for the Celtics. Again, I don't see it happening, and I don't think it even needs to happen. I just think that he has to be more efficient, and the offense has to be smoother late in games. Him getting his touches and Jaylen getting his touches, like kind of taking shifts. I don't need that. If you roll with the hot hand, if Jason Tatum ends up with 15 because Jaylen Brown goes off at 35, you need to have it go that way. You can't be forcing looks from a guy and taking looks away from a guy who's clearly playing well in the second half and clearly playing well in the first half, and then take it away from him in the second half because you want to get another guy your touches. If he doesn't claim he wants to be the superstar, if he doesn't claim he is a superstar, then don't give him this superstar treatment and this mental treatment where he needs to get his touches. If he is that good of a player, which I think he's a very good player, I don't know if he's a superstar player, when the ball comes his way and the ball finds him, he's going to come through in the moment. Don't force it and move another guy to the moment for a guy that is, pretty much proven so far to this point, more often than not, that he's not ready for that moment. I would again, I don't see it happening that way, but if it does, yes, that prediction would hold up. I would see season 6 if Jason Tatum went off for 42 tonight. Thank you for the call, Casey. Alrighty, here we go with a third call here.
Yo, bro, it's Zach, man. Just wanted to say I've been seeing the grinds you've been hitting. You looking fucking swole. Keep at it, big dog. Love you.
Not a take on the sports here, but have been putting my time in the gym in. If you're on the gym snap or been keeping up with Rufus Entertainment, you get a plug for my other channel. A little ad plug for my other channel. If you've been keeping up with the training vlogs, which I have fallen behind with, but there's 2 weeks up there so far. So if you want to head over there and check that out, the information will be in the description to go over to Rufus Entertainment. So please like and subscribe there. More of those vlogs will be on the way. I've enjoyed them a lot. And again, I've been enjoyed working out and grinding. This season's going to be filled with plenty of fun and plenty of accolades that I can assure you, at least not due to lack of effort, I am prepared. I'd have to say more than anyone that I can name in Division 3. So we have one final call here on the list, and we're going to go to that right now. And that'll be the last call for the episode. I might, finish it off with maybe some more takes, but I think I've pretty much gotten everything out of this that I wanted to. We'll see with this last take what we got here.
What is up, man?
Wade.
And I want to give you, Lucas, a interesting yet somewhat controversial take. Now, for all we know, of course, Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics did suffer that stinger injury against the Miami Heat, if I'm not mistaken, in the conference final. My question to you is, if he never suffered that stinger, would he be in a way better position? Let's say he might be averaging almost 30 points a game, maybe add a few more rebounds, add a few more assists a game. I just want your take on that. If he were to be removed from that stinger injury, would he be a better player in the finals right now? Thank you, man.
I think that you can make the case for any player in the NBA or any player in any sport that if they were healthy and always healthy, that they would be better off. So yeah, I think that statement on its own, yes. But do I think he'd be putting up those numbers, and would it make enough of a difference in this series for the Celtics to win as opposed to what I think is going to happen? I don't. Because again, this guy is making incredible cross-court passes, and I'm not going to try and detract from his injury. This guy might have nerve damage in his arm. I don't know. But, he's making these incredible passes through the lane. You looked at one the other night where he just slung one across the lane as he was driving and drawing on defenders, and he wasn't shaking his arm then, and it was on the bad shoulder. And I believe Marcus Smart or Derek White knocked down the three-pointer. So, and then his three-point percentage has been better in the playoffs than it was in the regular season. It's been great. It's been great. Even in these finals, his three-point percentage has been very good. So, but then when he's at the free throw line, he's shaking his arm. And then when he's driving to the lane, he's looking for fouls and shaking his arm. And complaining about not getting calls and missing layups. Could it be affecting those and not be affecting jump shots? I guess it could be. I don't see that as something that's likely. If your shoulder's bothering you with a stinger, it's bothering you. Trust me, I've had shoulder issues. It's going to. I play football. It's a different sport. It's going to bother you, no matter what. It's just there. It's just like this weight on your arm that you feel there. If it is that stinger injury, it's just a weight and a pressure there that continuously gets worse and worse. So yeah, if it's that bad of one. Yeah, it's probably affecting him. But then again, he's doing stuff that isn't affecting him, like those passes and those three-point shots. So then when he happens to miss shots, or when he goes to the free throw line in big moments, then he's shaking his arm kind of as a cop-out. Again, I'm not going to say he's faking the injury, but it does seem a little weird that he's able to do some things that require the same body parts. It's in your arm, to shoot the ball very well, to throw those passes, and he does those. He's been doing those very well. But then with other things, people are like, well, that shot didn't go in because of his shoulder. Or he's struggling to drive because of his shoulder. But then are very ecstatic about the passes he's making and the 3-point shots that he's making. You can't be like, wow, what a great shot, and then when he goes to the lane and be like, well, his shoulder hurts, that's why he missed that. No, I think that I'm sure Steph's foot hurts or his ankle hurts that Al Horford rolled up on. Whether that was dirty or not, I kind of believe there was a little bit of foul play there, but again, that was not an opinion well received by Celtics Nation. But yeah, I'm sure. Robert Williams is out there playing on one leg. He's limping up and down the court for many of these series. I'm sure plenty of guys are banged up and hurt. I'm sure Klay Thompson's not in exactly the best physical shape and not exactly feeling the best. I'm sure guys are dinged up like crazy and they're still out there. If it's affecting him to the point as to where late in these games he is a liability because he can't get to the rim, then I don't think they're gonna pull him. But maybe that would be the only logical thing to do, right? You don't want to pull the guy because he's a superstar, but if he's unable to do it, he's unable to do it. That's quite simple because of it, quite simply how it is, how you have to put it. I don't find that to be the case because he's doing a lot of other things that involve the same body part and appendages. But then again, if it's affecting them that poorly, it's time to get away from him. And do I think he'd be putting up those numbers if he wasn't hurt? Maybe. I've never seen him to be like the man, like the true guy. I think he's a great star, and there's a great clip from Colin Cowherd that talks about the difference between superstar and star and what you're seeing in Steph Curry, who's a superstar, and Jason Tatum, who's a star, and I totally agree. And I've been on that train for a little bit longer. Maybe it's unfair to Jason Tatum because of how young he was when I was on him like that, but I had to pump the Celtics fans' brakes a little bit because I did believe that he was not there yet. He might not ever get there. We're not sure, but at least right now we know that he isn't and hasn't been. He's got 3 games to prove me otherwise. He's got 5, 6, and 7 to prove me otherwise. So if he was healthy, without this injury, be it how bad it may be, would he be a little more efficient? Maybe. But again, I still feel like there's some of this comes down to just the mentality. He doesn't claim to be the superstar, nor do I think he wants to be, and I think that is a big portion of why he hasn't had the best finals yet. He doesn't have to come out and say I'm the man, but when he looks in the mirror, he has to be saying it. He has to be saying it. He doesn't. When they ask him, "You think you're a superstar or whatever?" On that thing, does he have to say, "Yes, I am the superstar" like that? No, but you could come out in ways to say it like, "Do I think I'm a superstar?" Well, I'm first team All NBA, right? So that makes me one of the top 5 players in the league, right? So that answers your question. It doesn't answer the question, but it does answer the question. According to the All NBA numbers, and if you're believing that in the ratings and the votes, he's a top 5 player in the NBA. He needs to produce like it. According to that, he was better than Steph Curry this year in the regular season. But clearly, the championship pedigree and just Steph and his greatness, who I think is the greatest point guard ever at this point, is going to win another one this year, before KD and after KD now, and change the way he played for KD. He's a fantastic basketball player. Changed the NBA, wildly entertaining. Steph Curry's done some great things in this series. But yeah, Jason Tatum, I don't think it would totally transform this series if he was healthy. But then again, I don't really know how much it's really bothering him. If it's totally changing the way that he drives to the rim, which it doesn't look like it, where it's his effectiveness at the rim has changed, and those are buckets, yeah, he would be averaging 30 a game with that, and his efficiency would be up. But that's just not how I see it, because he's doing other things well that require the same movements and the same body parts. So I cannot say that for certain. So no, I don't believe that it would change anything, unless, on the contrary, that it is a serious injury that we were unaware of, that he's really gritting through. I don't believe that to be the case, but if it was, yes, I would agree with that statement that he would be better off. But as of the information that I have and what I've seen, no, I do not believe that. So Wade, thank you for the call. I look to continue this a lot more. The call-in feature, again, 508-216-0858. Give me a call, the Rufus Rundown, a call with your thoughts on Game 5 tonight. I'll be recording after the fact. Game 5. Thoughts? Probably get some baseball in there too. Maybe some NFL offseason. We'll see what other topics I can touch upon. But thank you guys for the calls. I encourage you to call in if you didn't. Also, I believe, as far as I know, it works as a text line as well. So shoot a text over as well too. I'll be able to read those on the following show tonight, tomorrow morning, in that ballpark. As soon as this game is over, try to call in and give me your thoughts. Make my life a lot easier. But again, thank you guys for your time, and thank you for tuning in. As your boy Rufus, signing off.
Got no muscle, no hustle. No backbone, I stand alone, not tripping. Just saying, I'm different. Ain't hanging on to the coattails of the next man. Passport in my left hand, thinking that you are next. Heck, oh, you ain't holding your breath.